please get everyone to have a seat, please? We're going to go ahead and get started with the program. Just going to give everyone a few moments to get settled in. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon now. My name is Shamil Lewis. I'm a third-year sociology major and business administration minor at the University of Florida, and I'm very pleased to be here in front of you today at the 18th annual benefit Luncheon for the Children. Let me tell you guys a little bit about me. I am a true Frontline alum, a Frontline baby, if you will. I've been a part of this ministry since I was in the first grade. When you guys leave here, I want you to take a look across the street at the condemned apartments. That's where I grew up. Society wrote me off, graduated top of my class at Jones High School. And I really, truly am proof that with hard work, perseverance, dedication, and the right guidance, anything is possible. Now, the students here at Frontline Outreach have been working tirelessly with Ms. Tracy Connor from Misha Lee Puppets as a part of their creative expression through puppetry program to bring you all this show that you're about to see today. Now, throughout the month of September, the students worked countless hours rehearsing, building their own puppets, and even recording the soundtrack that you guys are going to hear as a part of the show. So without further ado, please welcome the Frontline Outreach Character Academy as they present their adaptation of Stella Luna by Janelle Cranton.
In a warm, sultry forest, far, far away, there once lived a mother fruit bat and her new baby. Oh, how Mother Fruit Bat loved her soft, tiny baby. "I'll name you Stella Luna," she crooned. Each night, Mother Bat would carry Stella Luna clutched to her breast as she flew out to search for food. One night, as Mother Bat followed a heavy scent of ripe fruit, an owl spied her. Dodging and shrieking, Mother tried to escape. The owl struck again, again, again. "Stella Luna! Stella Luna!" Into the air. Her baby wings were limp, useless, wet paper. Down, down, she went faster and faster into the forest below. "Mother, where are you?" Wrapping her wings about her, she clutched the thin branch, trembling with cold and fear. "Mother!" By daybreak, the baby bat can hold on no longer. "What was that?" "I don't know, but it's hanging by his feet." "Shh! Here comes Mama!"
Children, put an end to this bickering immediately. There's plenty for all. Open up. One worm for you. One roach for you. One cricket for you. I will return soon, as you were.
What was that? I think it's that creature hanging upside down on our desk. Should you ask if it's hungry?
I'm not asking. You ask.
No, I will not. You.
You're just a chicken.
I am not a chicken.
Oh, stop. I asked first, so I'll ask. Excuse me, may we interest you in a bite to eat?
Oh, yes.
What are you?
I'm just me.
I never heard of a me bird. Yes, what kind of bird are you? You don't look like us.
Well, my mother calls me Stella Luna. You are a Stella Luna bird? I never heard of such a bird. Do you eat bugs? Ew! Oh no!
Sure you eat snails.
Oh no!
Do you eat frogs?
Oh no! But I am very hungry, I am.
Us too!
Stella Luna learned to be like birds. She stayed awake all day and slept at night. She ate bugs even though they tasted awful. Her bat ways were quickly disappearing, except for one thing.
why you hang upside down to sleep?
I don't know. Something in me just says I'm supposed to hang upside down. Have you ever tried it?
No, 'cause something in me just says hanging upside down could lead to a broken neck. Pip! Well, it's true. I guess we can try hanging upside down. Wow! Check it out! Oh my! It looks scary.
Just shut your eyes.
Whoa! Hey, this is fun. I never did see the world quite like this before.
I knew you'd like it.
Eek! Get back up here this instant. You're going to fall and break your necks.
Told ya.
You are teaching my children to do bad things. I will not let you back into this nest unless you promise to obey all the rules of this house.
I promise.
Now that's a good bird.
Stella Luna promised. She ate bugs without making faces. She slept in the nest at night, and she didn't hang by her feet. Stella Luna behaved as a good bird should. All the babies grew quickly. Soon, the nest became crowded.
Mama, Flap touched me. Did not. Did too. Stay on your side of the nest. Well, Stella Luna keeps breathing in my face. And it smells like she been eating dumb.
I did not.
Children, stop. It is time for all of you to stretch your wings. Everybody line up. Wings out. Step to the front. And go. And go. And go.
Whee! We're flying! Look, Mama! Look at me!
I'm just like you. I can fly too.
I'm tired. Let's land over there. How embarrassing.
I will fly all day. Then no one will see how clumsy I am. They flew for hours, exercising their new wings. Finally, the sun began to set. They knew they had to get home quickly or they'll get lost in the dark. But Stella Luna had flown far ahead and was nowhere to be seen.
Stella Luna, come back! Yeah, come on, Stella Luna. Stella Luna, where are you?
It's no use. We gotta go back. All alone, Stella Luna flew and flew until her wings ached and she dropped into a tree.
Promise to obey all the rules of this house.
I promise.
Hey, why are you hanging upside down?
I'm not upside down. You are.
Ah, but you're a bat. Bats hang by their feet. You're hanging by your thumbs. So that makes you upside down. I'm a bat. I'm hanging by my feet. That makes me right side up.
Mama Bird told me I was upside down. She said I was wrong.
Wrong for a bird maybe, but not for a bat.
More bats gathered around to see the strange young bat who behaved like a bird. Stella Luna told them her story.
You ate bugs?
You slept at night?
Wait. Let me look at this child. An owl attacked you? You are Stella Luna. You are my baby.
Hey, Stella Luna's back. She's okay.
You escaped the owl? You survived?
Yes. Come with me, and I'll show you where to find the most delicious fruit. You'll never have to eat another bug as long as you live.
But it's nighttime. We can't fly in the dark or we'll crash into trees.
We're bats. We can see in darkness. Come with me.
Stella Luna was afraid, but she let go of the tree and dropped into the deep blue sky. Stella Luna could see. She felt as though rays of light shone from her eyes. She was able to see everything in her path.
Look, my little one.
I will never eat another bug as long as I live. I must tell Pip, Flitter, and Flap. The next day, Stella Luna went to visit the birds.
Look, Stella Luna, we thought you were gone for good. We did. Brother, we were worried.
Guess what? I found my bat family.
Bat family? What is a bat?
I'm a bat. Come on. Look, they hang by their feet and they fly at night and they eat the best food in the world.
I feel upside down here.
how can we be so different and feel so much alike?
And how can we feel so different and be so much alike?
I think this is quite a mystery.
I agree, but we're friends, and that's a fact.
Are you guys not amazed by them? They're middle schoolers. Middle schoolers. These are the type of leaders of tomorrow that Frontline is preparing. So please, another round of applause for the Character Academy. Now up next, we have our honorary host, Mr. Robert Bourne, Vice Chair of CNL Financial Corporation. CNL has been one of our largest supporters over the years, so please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I'm Bob Bourne. I'm Vice Chairman of CNL, and I'd like to welcome you to the 18th Annual Benefit Luncheon celebrating 45 years of service and leadership. I'm privileged today to serve as the honorary host for this event, and I'm grateful that you've taken the time to join us here today. The purpose of today's luncheon is to celebrate those individuals and corporate partners who have made the commitment to prepare these children, who are really our children, to enter school and to become successful leaders in everything they've dreamed to do and accomplish. I would also like to thank and recognize the elected officials that have taken time out of their busy schedule, especially during the political campaign season, to serve us today. Please remember to tip them well. I've been involved with Frontline Outreach for probably at least 15 years because I have a heart for children and for families in the inner city. Like all of us who are here today in this room, the families who participate in this program want the very best for their children. They want their children to have the best opportunities, the best education that's available, and they want them to develop good and strong moral framework that will propel them to a successful future. The board and the leaders of Frontline Outreach has stayed true to their mission of spiritually equipping and academically preparing for tomorrow's leaders for success and community service. You will hear more stories about this program today. But what I'd like to do right now is to give you a quick overview of the key programs of Frontline Outreach. I want to tell you why I think everyone here today needs to play a role in helping Frontline Outreach to accomplish their critical missions, their critical programs, and then I want to give you specific ways that you can help. For 45 years, Frontline Outreach has led the way in equipping young people in the inner city. Its current president, Ardo Woodley, has served for 14 years and has developed a track record of experience and achievement. Let me tell you a little bit about the ways or how Frontline Outreach accomplishes its important work and some of the key programs that are available to the families and children. Frontline Outreach children can begin their journey at the age of 1 year old and participate all the way through 18. The Early Childhood Education Center starts at age 1 and gets them ready for kindergarten by age 5. The after-school experience equips each child to read and be proficient on grade level. By middle school, the Frontline Outreach team begins developing young men and women into leaders through their high school years and provides college scholarships for those who ascend to go to post-secondary education. In fact, there are 11 Frontline Outreach alumni who are college freshmen this year. Frontline Outreach employs a comprehensive approach to prepare our future leaders, a model that we believe is unparalleled in this region. We know that supporting Frontline Outreach is the right thing to do, but as a corporate leader, you have to ask the question, is there a good business case for supporting Frontline Outreach? Ensuring that every young person has both the opportunity to fulfill their God-given purpose and acquire the tools necessary to succeed is more than a social responsibility to each of us. It's just good business. According to the business, this is amazing statistic relative to what we see today with unemployment, but according to the Business Higher Educational Forum, by 2028, so not that far in the future, there will be 19 million more skilled jobs that require some level of college education, than people who are qualified to fill them. So think about that, 19 million more jobs than people. A large portion of these new jobs, especially jobs that offer competitive salaries and benefits, will demand skills and knowledge far beyond those of a high school graduate. As an employer and a business person, we know that investing in organizations like Frontline Outreach that have proven track records with success in urban kids, seeking higher education especially, can be a strategic business partnership as we groom the workforce in the future. At CNL, we've embraced Frontline Outreach because together we can solve many of the community's most important challenges. Together, we can foster early achievement, we can help prevent crime, we can develop a skilled labor pool of potential employees, and we can increase the economic viability of the region to develop more entrepreneurs, leaders, and taxpayers. As you hear the stories and as your interest hopefully gets piqued with this organization, think about the ways that you, your family, and even your company can engage in helping Frontline Outreach achieve its missions. Some of the examples that things that CNL and its associates have done are some of the practical ways that you and your employees can also help this wonderful ministry. One would be to mentor a child in Read and Succeed, the after-school experience, or one of the leadership ministries. Second, and this is an important one, you can become a monthly, quarterly, or annual contributor. You can even do this online. You can sponsor a family at the community Christmas. You can serve at a service event project, or you can provide critical in-kind needs or services. Fortunately, people like you, all of you in this room, are taking steps to help ensure that organizations like Frontline Outreach have the resources to provide early childhood education, as well as after-school and leadership programs for children to help make sure that they have the skills that they need to succeed in their pursuit of a post-secondary education. My family and I, as well as CNL and our associates here at these three tables, truly believe in the work that Frontline Outreach is doing to create a culture of excellence and achievement for urban children. We need you to join to help ensure that the Frontline Outreach team continues to equip their leaders in the future for the next generation. I thank you for being part of this program today. I thank you for being part of their success. I encourage you to determine how you can be involved both in the ministry as well as financially. And so I want to thank you again for being here and enjoy the rest of your celebration. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Sean Collins, and I've been assigned the task and honor of introducing to you our Lieutenant Governor, Jennifer Carroll. Jennifer Carroll is Florida's 18th Lieutenant Governor, and she's also the first female elected as Lieutenant Governor in Florida and the first African American elected statewide. She was a state legislator for over 7 years, in addition to being a small business owner, the former executive director of Florida Department of Veterans Affairs, and also a Navy veteran. She is truly an example of the American dream come true. So please join me in welcoming our Lieutenant Governor, Jennifer Carroll.
Thank you all very much for being here this afternoon and for the things that you have done to make a difference in the lives of many. Governor Scott and I, ever since we took office over 2 years ago, have been committed to making sure that we create a better environment and greater opportunities, particularly for our youngsters and those that are disadvantaged. And with programs like this across the state of Florida, it is important to us to make sure that we're supportive and doing the right things with our policies in Tallahassee to make sure that you have continued success. My life has been throughout, have had adversities, and many of you, particularly for the younger ones I'm going to talk to, sometimes when you go through adversities, you think that you'll never overcome it. And this is the last road, and therefore the decisions that you'll have to make are the only choices and tend to be the wrong choice. And it takes you down a bad path. What I want you to know is that you are equipped to make choices that are the right choices. It may not be what's popular at the time to many others, but the choices that you make are for the ones for a better future for yourself. And programs like this, Frontline Outreach, are those that help youngsters make a better choice for their pathway of life. Throughout life, I can't think of any adult in this room that can say that you have had it easy 100%. You've had to make those choices along the way. Some were good, some were not good, but you learned, and how you got up from those that were not the right choices made a difference. And Frontline Outreach and the volunteers and the individuals that help support it financially, you are creating a pathway of prosperity, a pathway for a positive future in the lives of so many. And individuals, and I've volunteered for many programs like this and spoken to many groups that have had challenges. And what I want to impart upon the individuals here, the younger ones particularly, is that you have a value. When you were created by God, He had in store for you great plans. And it's incumbent upon you to follow through with God's plans to be pleasing in His eyes. Your value that you were created with will never go away. It's how much you invest in it to make that value increase and be respectful of what He's created you to do and be a value of this world is what's going to be important. I'm going to hold up a $20 bill. And who can tell me, not the older folks like myself, but the younger folks, what is the value of this $20 bill? I see young men. What's the value of this $20 bill? It's like, what's the color of the blue sky? What's the value of the $20 bill? Say it. $20, okay. So what if I took this $20 and I fold it up like this? What is the value of it? How much? What if I had dirty shoes on and I dropped it and I stepped all over it and dirtied it up? How much is it worth? What if I took it and I crumbled it and squished it and made it hurt? How much is it worth? Just like yourselves, the value that you have within, no matter how dirty you get, no matter how crumbled and crushed you may feel, your value will always be there. It's how you rise from it, what you learn from it, what you want more for yourself to accomplish. that will determine how successful you are. Take advantage of Frontline Outreach and all of the leaders that will come along to show you the example and the way. Take all of the love and care that you receive and also impart it to others so they too can feel a great self-worth and accomplishment. I congratulate you all and thank you all for participating in this program. At this time, I'd like everyone to rise as we post our colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone. After the colors were presented by the members of the Orange County Sheriff's Office and the Orange County Corrections Department, I am reminded that we are one nation under God. Won't you stand with me as we go to God in prayer as we bless the food this afternoon. Dear God, we thank you for this opportunity on this 18th annual Luncheon to benefit the children at Frontline Outreach. We pray, oh God, that the monies that are collected today will go to benefit the children of this community. And now, God, we ask you to bless the food that we're about to eat. We pray that it nourishes and strengthens our body. In your Son's name, amen.
Please, lunch will be served by our Orange County elected delegations. Please give them a hand, please. They are outstanding servants. And so lunch will be served, and we'll be back with you in a few minutes. Thank you.
God had another plan.
And we're back. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the afternoon, is presenting the scholarships for 2012. And just a little bit about scholarships. I'm sure we all know how important they are, but for me it's a little bit different. Coming from a senior year in high school where I lost my mother unexpectedly, and I was actually the recipient of the Urban All-American Award here at Frontline Outreach, and that helped me out in tremendous ways. So it is my honor to present to you our 2012 scholarship recipients. And I have two awards that we're presenting today. The first one is the BMO Second Chance Foundation Scholarship. And in short, this scholarship was basically founded for students that were undergoing harsh circumstances, or they might have some things that might be keeping them down. But despite those circumstances, they still prevail with at least a 3.0 GPA, and they're doing great things. And the recipient for this year for that is Renitra Walker. We'd like to congratulate her. The second award we have today is the award that I actually received, and that is presented by Frontline Outreach, the Urban All-American Leadership Award. And every year, basically what we do is we present an award to leaders that are doing great things in the community and just prevailing. And for that, we have two recipients. One of my colleagues, Shamil Walker. Lewis, sorry about that. And Timothy Gunn. And we'd just like to thank all the donors for helping out with the Frontline Urban All-American Scholarship, and thank you guys for the great things you're doing for us. Thank you.
Let's give those students a hand again. We are close to the hour, and so I'm going to have to cut my comments. But one thing I will say with the students being here is I think the real battle in the next generation is scholarships and access to higher education. I think higher education and post-secondary education training is going to be key, and giving young people the tools to do that is critically important. Good afternoon, I'm Arto Woodley. I assume that everybody knew me, but you probably didn't know me if I didn't introduce myself. I am here as the president of Frontline Outreach to celebrate the kicking off of our 45th year. Now that might not mean much to most of the people in the audience, but when I came here 14 years ago, we didn't know whether we would last the next month. So for Ralph Veerman and Lynn Veerman and my wife, it's a big deal to make it to 45. And so since I'll be going quickly, a couple of key things. This is our 45th year. A lot of nonprofits, a lot of ministries are struggling. Many have gone out of business. And so it's very important to me not only to signify the fact that we're at 45, but the fact that we're moving toward 50. Just think about that. 5 decades. That's a long time. When C.R. Smith, the founder of Frontline, started the Tom Skinner clubs on the Orange Blossom Trail in 1967, think about how the world was in 1967. Some of you all weren't even born in 67. I was a couple of years old. It was a tumultuous time, and to stand the test of the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s, that's significant. So we want to take this time to really highlight where we think we want to be at 50. And so I don't have a lot of time to tell you that. We do have a report that, since you're on our email list, we will email you the report for those of you who want to save the trees. We will be emailing our report, but in essence, this is what we'll be emailing to you. Go back to the previous slide. 5 decades of leadership and service. And there are 4 things that we're going to focus on. Developing a great leadership team. You can go to the next slide. Implementing the world-class pre-K plan. Expanding our youth leadership initiatives. And creating a sustainable scholarship pool. And we're just going to stay on that slide. We don't need to go to the other slides. I've been here 14 years, and those of you who knew me then knew that I had all my teeth, and I didn't have any gray hair. I could stand up straight. I was actually 6'5" at the time I came, but, you know, all this hard work and working in the inner city, I lost about 3 inches. In order for us to move to the next level, we have to have a great leadership team. It cannot be predicated on the efforts of 1 or 2 good people. And so one of the things we want to do in the next 5 years is to have the best ministry team in the southeastern USA. Second thing we want to do is to implement our world-class pre-K plan. You may say, what is your world-class pre-K plan? We developed the plan in 2006. And our dream at that time, which a lot of people weren't talking about that, was to make sure that every kid that comes through here and stays with us goes into preschool ready to read, write, and learn. There's a lot of research out there now that talks about why that's important. We know that the battle is won and lost between the ages of 1 and 5. I worked in higher education before I came into ministry. The kids who get the early and the good start succeed in college. They succeed in their technical field. And so we have to put our efforts there. Our goal is to triple our capacity in the number of young people we serve. Right now we're serving 35 in our preschool. We want to move to over 90. The next thing we want to do is to expand our youth leadership initiatives. Our Character Academy, you saw the Character Academy students earlier. Shamil and Sean were part of the Leadership Academy when we were doing that in partnership with the state, where we did leadership, service, workplace readiness, and job shadowing. And then our Urban All-American Leadership Institute. Our goal is to take that to scale. The last thing is to create a sustainable scholarship pool. It is a hollow promise for us to ask young people to stay in school, do well, don't get pregnant, and then they do all of that, and then it's time for them to go to college, and then there's no money for them to go to college. Why is that important? Because I was one of those students a long time ago, or my son would say 1,000,000 years ago. Giving young people the support to connect to their God-given purpose and to connect to their gifts is critically important, not just for Frontline outreach, not just for this community, but for our country. With all of the conversations that are going on about who's going to get elected for what, the thing that rises above that whole conversation is, what do we do with our young people who are in rural areas like Buffalo and in the inner city like Orlando? What we do with those families and those young people determine where our society goes. And we have to give them opportunities to succeed. So in the next five years, this is what we'll be talking about when we have each luncheon. We're going to put together a team to begin developing that. And I know all of you are waiting for me to tell you how much money we need to raise to do it. I'm not going to do that. Because remember, this is a celebration. We're not here to raise money. We're here to celebrate what's been given. But I will tell you how we're going to do it. We're going to do it differently from anybody else. I'm not going to give you a dollar goal. We will announce what we think those things cost over the course of the year. Our goal will be to try to save enough money to fund that. Not raise it, save it. Because everybody's trying to raise dollars, additional dollars, and they don't tell you what happens after they raise it. Our goal is to become more efficient, operate better, so that we are able to save whatever the amount is, that in 5 years we can accomplish those goals. And the only way we'll be able to do that is with your help. We had another piece that I wanted to announce. We don't have time to do that because we're right on our time. I am going to ask Shamil and Sean and Tim to come, and I'm going to ask all of the elected officials to join me on the stage so we can wrap up because we're a little bit over our time. We're 1 minute behind, and I hate to be behind. But as they're coming, as all the elected officials come and we present what we raised this year and what you all were able to do, I do want to tell you the one thing that is very important. Elected officials, don't be shy. Join us on the stage, please. While they're joining us, over the next 5 years, the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to recognize our 50 greatest givers. Nobody does anything by themselves. Frontline Outreach is here because there's some great people who've given a lot of money and a lot of support. And so over the next 5 years, this building that looks like a factory is going to come to life, and we're going to have portraits of each of our 50 greatest givers. And so we will have them throughout this room. And we have an artist that we've already pulled together. It won't be a formal portrait. We'll announce how it'll look, but it'll give us life because we want the young people and the families here to know that giving sustains the work that we do. Now, for those of you, as we end, for those of you who are here, thank you. And while we have these elected officials on the stage, one of the things that we haven't done enough at the luncheons is we don't recognize how hard their job is. They have a hard job. And those of us who believe in prayer, who are in here, we need to be praying for them daily. I don't care if you don't agree with their affiliation. And I want you all to know that our team, we pray for you on a daily basis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that one died. We pray for you on a daily basis. The other thing I want you to do is to let you know, I'm going to give you a tip on one of the greatest givers that we're going to recognize. One of the first portraits is one of the reasons why we took the picture will be our Orange County elected officials. There will be a portrait of them because they are at the front of our 50 greatest givers. So please give them a hand again. We're not going to ask you for any money, but we are going to ask you to be involved. There's a table in the back. I think Luke has a table in the back. We want you to serve, mentor, be engaged. And how many of you all have Facebook on your phones? See, I'm not that old. Before you leave here, I want you to tag that you were at Frontline, and I want you to go on our Facebook page and tell us how we did, all right? And even if you don't really like me, act like you did, okay? Do that for us so we can make sure that next year, our 46th year, is even greater. And so here to announce, I'll ask Sean and Shamil to come up, and I'll ask Commissioner Lynham to come with them, and Commissioner Ings. Come on up so you all can present what we raised in corporate support this year. The elected officials will hold it, and you flip it down. $155,000. Last year we were at 130. You know, we took a hit during the recession, but we're on our way back. And the more money we raise, the more we can give. We gave out $50,000 worth of college scholarships to Jones High students a few years ago. This year it'll be about 5. So we're only at 10%. We want to get back to that full amount. And with your help, we'll be able to do it. Thank you. And we'll ask everybody to stand as we adjourn. We're 3 minutes over, and we're going to do what we always do. We'll sing God Bless America, and I will get the mic out of my mouth. Gentlemen, 1 second. You don't want me to sing it? No, you don't want me to start. We'll be in bad shape. Let me turn this mic off. If not, I'll hide it. I'll put it in my pocket. When you start, we're ready. Okay, you know what? We're going to do it old school. We're just going to sing a cappella. All right. I'm getting old. Thanks,
What can I
man.
say? Thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
All right, baby.
I'm getting old.
How you doing?
God bless you, man. No, what's up, man? Don't worry about it. You get your lunch?
No.
You need to know this man. Melvin Philpott, John Davis. You know John Davis?
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Commissioner Lyon.
I need to talk to you.
I'm older than you. Okay.
I need to call you. I see Reverend Glenn and